Finter Racing gets a brilliant start. Massey now coming into P2, taking out by the Ferrari. He gets a bit of front wing damage. Just the McLaren back there getting a bit hit from behind. Red Bull running a bit wide of Dame 0, so keeping nice and clean there from Division 3. Looks like, who's that? That's Apex. They're going to look around the outside into the S's, but a lot of them get away quite nicely. ERN Recall, I believe that was, that damaged his front wing there. So he's going to be really lacking from these front runners. That's the McLaren of Farscope getting a good move there on either overtaking or defending there from the cars behind us. There's yellow flag in Sector 2. Who is that? That is Shadow Wolf that's gone off, unfortunately. And Apex is just losing positions left, right and centre, so he's going to be really struggling as the McLaren dives up the inside and hits another car. So, no, that's the Red Bull round of Arc. He's gone round now. That's a big shame from there, yes. So that's going to be yellow flag. But apart from that, a lot of the grid keeping it nice and clean. Coming down into turn, down the straight. The McLaren's going down on the inside of Recall as he's got that front wing damage. And he's going to be under attack now by the Alfa Romeo. See where the Alfa Romeo is. Just can't get on that power there so it's early on in the race. Dame 0 making up a good few positions there. But apart from that, not too much hassle. A couple of cars, unfortunately, losing out there. There's one of the medium runners of who is that? That's the Mercedes of Ben. He got a really good exit there, but unfortunately, a soft's just got a bit more grip out there. Is that someone going wide? Who is that? I think that was a Ferrari of Recall, just with that broken front wing, and he's trying to get across now the track to get in the pits, and he gets across there safely and almost goes into the barrier. So he's got to do another lap now. That's a big shame there for that driver, where he's gone to overtake the cars and go into the pit and misjudged his braking point and has just missed it, and he's got to go on for another lap. It's a big shame there. But as we do with Codemasters, the time has been screwed up a little bit. Finter Racing currently leads this race with about just under a second to the car behind a Massey. And apart from that, it's really like pulled away. Towie behind them. It's just lost a small margin of a gap. But luckily the McLaren behind seems to lost a bit of time as well, so he hasn't got too much threat from behind. But only two medium runners in this race, of Ben and GR8, and those two have managed to keep themselves quite happily in this race so far. But I don't think there's any many overtakes into turn, not sure, coming out of Sector 2, sorry. Look a bit further back down the grid, who's that pulling out? That's the Mercedes of Ben. He just pulled out to drop the switch in, but that's the Williams getting the move done on Recall. Carly Boy going around the outside now. Those two touching wheels. Can they make this move work? Recall's got the damaged front wing there, but he managed to get that one work. But Carly Boy now looks like there's a bit of contact there. None of them going for the little spinneroo, but those two making it nice. Redmond gets a time penalty. Will Kylie Boy go for a move down here? No, he's not. But is that Apex going to have a little look on Kylie Boy coming now? Oh, and there's contact there. Didn't expect him to break there. Apex didn't, and he's damaged his front wing. So Recall's going to have another go at getting into the pits and gets that one done. And so is Apex. He's coming to the pits. Coming now, Zach's Beast only 4 tenths behind the car in front of Farscope. So he's looking to try and get some really good pace. The Dirty Air will be quite a struggle now through this. Through these S's, so he might lose a little bit of time, drop down to 5 tenths, but he's kept it nice and close, nice and clean there. Dame 0, I think this is one of his best tracks. He seems to have struggled around here when I've seen him racing, but he's made himself up a few positions there, just over a second to the cars in front, so he wants to try and gain that gap so he doesn't lose out when the DRS gets enabled, but I don't think it is enabled this lap. It will be the following lap maybe. Yeah, sorry, it is this lap. DRS is enabled, but on board now with Azaki's Beast. He's going to come look up the inside. Can he get this move done? So going down into, he's going to be late on the brakes, but can they go side by side? Yes, they are. But the McLaren's going to hold it around the outside of Farscope. Now he's going to got the inside line, but it's a bit of a lock up there, and just lost that position there to Azaki's Beast. But good defending there from the McLaren. But that Alfa Romeo just put the pressure on, but the McLaren, I didn't even see that. I was off the screen, and he made that work down, that move up the inside, but unfortunately just couldn't keep it there. And Zach's Beast just got a little bit of a switch back on him, got that move back there, done. So looking a bit further up the grid, Massey now pulled into just under a second from Finter Racing, so he's not going to let him disappear away from his grasps. Looking a bit further down now, Dame 0's gone the back of Farscope, but he's one that I've always noticed he's got a lot of ERS during the race. He doesn't seem to use it too much and have good pace. Coming now around to turn 1, takes that nicely. The other guy's just going a little bit wider into that corner. But go back a little bit, that's Ben. I think that he went up the inside of, sorry, he was defending from Redmond. And Redmond got that move done around the outside, so really good work there from him. Sorry I missed that. But looking a bit further up the grid, Massey right on the back, just 7/10 now on the back of Fin2 Racing. Looks a bit close on the map as ARL Apex. Does a 1:35. So a really good lap there from him on, I think, brand new mediums. Oh, and who's this? This is the Mercedes fighting back at Redmond. So Ben now getting that move done, but can he get the traction now? Just on board now. Let's see if he can get it done. No, they're going to be side by side down the straight. But Redmond is actually on the soft compounded tyre, so he got a better exit. But he's getting the the Mercedes getting a slipstream. He's going to send it around up the inside. Can he get this move done? Yes, he does. Nice, well there. But the Red Bull, the Haas driver, he's just trying to get that switch back, and it didn't work for him, unfortunately. Looking a bit further up the grid, not too much hassle going on, just a really big fight here between Ben and Redmond that might not want to be doing this too much, because they're going to lose time to the cars in front. And he might be holding up his teammate, a Big G, as well, by doing this. So, but it looks like they've just gapped themselves out a little bit there. But really good work there from the medium runner of Ben to keep that position from those soft runners so early on in this race when they could be going off. Well, not softs aren't going to be going off a little bit yet. Should be around lap 9 or so. But that's Shadow Wolf. He's gone round. Don't think he's got any damage to his front wing. No, he doesn't. Just a little spin there. So that's a difficult acceleration point. Because you come down and then back up and you just struggle on the traction there. But not too many incidents. Massey pulling it into 0.5 of a second, 0.6. So just lost a little bit of time through those S's that bound to happen with the dirty air. But we're going to keep on board with these two, see if anything's going to happen down into the end of the second straight as ARL Apex does another fastest lap, so button in those fastest lap from him. Just look a little bit further back. What's the gap between Fast Scope and Dame? A little bit more than Massey. That's only 3 attempts, but just couldn't gain on that, down that straight. Looking now, can he get anything done? No, I think he's just a little bit too far back now. He's biding his time, not going to do any stupid mistakes. Some really good work there from him to keep there. Stocky now, P10, so he's on the back of Big G. That's been held up by Redmond a little bit, these two teammates. So I don't know if Redmond has any damage, so we'll just go have a quick look. No, he doesn't have any damage, so maybe that bit of fight in there with Ben has cost his tyres the wear a little bit, but he has a little bit of a slide there, but his teammate Big G is not going to risk anything, I wouldn't have thought, with his teammate. So they're both in the points here, and that'd be really good, but look at that dirty air from Big G. Just swings out wide, because you can't get that grip, as we see one of the Williams, but Redmond actually goes into the pit, so I would believe he's going on to hards, but Stocky now, he's coming now, with DRS open, doesn't use DRS, I'm going to use Big G, no he hasn't, but he's got much more DRS than Stocky, so coming round to turn 1, nothing's going to happen there, but Dame Zero going around the outside. These two are going side by side into the S's, but Dame Zero just gets in front there. So really good work there from him. And Fast Scope, he's going to have to bide his time, maybe down this back straight. So Redmond actually goes into the medium compound tyre, so he's going to go for the 2 stops. I wouldn't have thought that the medium must be very dead at the end of this race. But coming now around, can he get this good exit? So this can be a little bit of a difficult braking zone, especially in dirty air, but no, he gets that one done. Dame Zero, he's going to be using his overtake now, he's got much more of, and he's just pulling away, but he's going over actually to the marbles that's that can wear your tyres a little bit, and you can lose a little bit of speed down the straight, but the McLaren now, Scope, he's going to go up the inside. Can he get this move done? Bit of contact there from the two drivers, I think, there, but nothing is going to kill them both. It's really good work there from him. Big G now, I think he's a bit under threat by the other McLaren. So, a bit of fighting going on now, a little bit of strategy coming into play. A lot of drivers got time penalties. Who was the first person to pit? It was Redmond, he's gone to the mediums. I don't think anyone else is pitted, but that's the Alfa Romeo going around the outside of Arc. That really nice move there from him. So, those two drivers fighting quite hard, but he gets that move done beautifully there. Coming now, and a lot of drivers just keeping it single file. A lot of DRS trains forming, seeing though. Fast goes gaming a lot up this straight. You brake much later into this corner actually, because it's going uphill, but keeps that one nicely as Teotawi pits So he's gone into another set of softs. So he's going to do soft mediums, I believe. Unlike someone like Redmond that's gone to medium, so he may do soft mediums or soft medium soft. I think the strategy roughly is. But nice and dry in this race, unlike the qualifying session. But ERN Massey only 3/10 now behind Fin2 Racing. Can he get a good exit off of here? Yes, he can. So he's using a bit of overtake to get that move done in there. I think he's going to want this move done on this lap 7 now. So coming with DRS, he's going to look left or right. He's going to be forced up the inside, so he's not going to be allowed the outside line. But sending it up the inside, can Fin2 get the switch back? Oh, he's got his nose in. He's just got in front there, but Fin2's got the Massey's got that inside line, and he just keeps that one there. Then I think Fin2 will send it up the inside here. He has a little bit of a look, and he's gone to... Oh, he's actually got his nose in there. Unfortunately, just couldn't get the traction on to get Massey there, because Massey actually cuts the corner there. So, got a bit more grip than he thought he did there, being following Fin2 this whole time. Lack of grip you get through there. So, Massey into P1, and Fin2 Racing might have a look into turn 1. Just keep a bit on board as the pit window is open for the mediums. So it'll be interesting to see when Redmond comes out, as he pitted a little bit earlier. But Fin2 Racing is going to send it up the inside of turn 1. Nice and clean there from those two drivers. Who's going to get the better exit? I would have thought Massey on that outside line, on that racing line. And he does, so those two drivers making up. Big G decides to come into the pits. So really good work there from those guys on a lot of nose cams. But the McLaren and of Scope and Dame Zero fighting hard. But McLaren's left the window open for the Mercedes, and they're going to be side by side through the S's, but not enough room left there. Not the best move there, Ben, to go side by side there. You need to be talking to each other if you go side by side there. So he didn't lose any front wing damage, so no harm was done there. So he's going to have another go at it. So he's going to look up the inside, is he? No, he's going to go the long way around the outside. So let's see how this move's done. He's going to do the switchback, the good old switcheroo. He's going to get DRS as well, so using a bit of overtake out the corner, and he gets that move done nicely with the DRS. But the fast scope now right on the back of him. Can he try and send it up the inside now into last sector 2? Down the straight now, coming late on the brakes, but the Mercedes actually going to try and get the switch back on him. Can he make his move work? We can see the outside line is good line for overtaking. These two drivers now side by side, still really good action here from these two drivers. That's going to give the Mercedes the inside line, but can the McLaren get the inside line? Yes, he does. Brilliant move there from the McLaren driver. And that makes that position. Fast scope now back up into P5, but is Ben going to look around the outside here? No, he isn't, so he's going to have to bide that position for another time. It's a really good driving there from those two, but they want to make sure they don't fight too much, that it gives Dame the opportunity to pull away. That's our race leader of Massey. He's coming to the pits, so he's gonna. So it looks like Fin2 Racing's actually going to do try and do the overcut on him. But the Mercedes and this McLaren are still fighting side by side as they're coming now into the S's again. Oh my God, these two. But he thinks better of it this time and not go side by side. So he should be much closer now coming down into the straight. Looks like his medium's working much better for Ben than the softs are on Scope's car, so you're just so much more confident through the corners. Just looking at the exit off the veer, gets that really nicely. Up in 4th gear, 5th gear, 6th gear, coming now. Is he going to have a look at a late lunge? One of the Williams going a bit wide there. But coming now down into the main straight, he's going to have DRS enabled. So he's going to be much closer than we've seen him majority of the time. We see the DRS flick up there. Oh, as he's doing a bit of the dummy, but he almost puts it into the grass, but he keeps it in front, and he's going to get that position done before the corner. So these two won't be going side by side, or will they? The Scope has a look around the outside, but Mercedes, or Ben, just covers that one off. He needs to get that move done and try and catch back up to Dame Zero. It's pulled a 2-second gap, actually. So really good work there from him, as we see GR8 and Redmond going side by side now down the straight. That is Redmond holding P11, so he gets that move done nicely. And these medium runners just want to be saving their tyres, see if they can outlast these soft runners. So not so much. Fast Scope coming into the pits now. So, but these soft runners are going to start coming into the pits, get off those tyres. Dame Zero in the pits. Fin2 Racing actually decides to stay out again. So with him in this clean air, he's not suffering from his tyre wear too much, and he's just managing to keep these tyres going. And he just feels confident there, I would have believed. So he's decided to stay out and see if he can get the overcut done. But what I've done in my practice, I've found the undercut you can gain about a second and a half if you're not in traffic. So it could maybe be like Massey. He's in P4. He's not in traffic really. He's got Ben in front of him. Sorry, that isn't really causing him any problems. Probably more helping him along. But I think he might get this overcut won't work for him. So I would have assumed he'd go in this lap, as he just looks to be struggling a little bit there. But his mediums will, if he goes onto the mediums, they'll be much faster in the second stint of this race, you could say. But now Big G holding his front of the gap, but we're going to look a bit further back. So as I'm going forward there, as the McLaren driver's now looking on to the Redman, that's Scope again with Redman. So it's Scope getting that move done around the up the inside and getting that done before the corner. And these two getting that. These two have been really clean all race so far. On lap 11, where's that time gone? But coming around now, these two are doing really good work. They might be holding up each other, but they're giving me something to talk about. They're hurting my voice, so. But so Stocky now on the back of Recall. Recall unfortunately had a collision on lap 1, where he hit the back of Fin2, I think it was, and just damaged his front left end plate and had to pit, and then went into the pits, missed his braking point, went straight on, and had to do another lap. As who's that round? That's GR8. He's gone round in the AlphaTauri. Luckily didn't break his wing, but he's got to go around do another lap. So that's his teammate overtaking him now, even down into P15 on these 9-lap-old mediums. So might have just got a bit twitchy there on the throttle and unfortunately spun there. But Redman now P4, he's on those 10-lap-old mediums, so he started on them. So he's in a really good spot, I think. So his DRS opens there. So he is in DRS range, getting a nice toe off of Massey that's on fresh soft, so he's just keeping inside that. So there's really good work there from him. But there is a big train if we go down to Big G, Dame and McLaren of Scope. So just a bit of a DRS train here, but Scope's want to try and get on. That's Dame Zero actually now. He's going to go the long way round the outside. Has he outbroken himself? No, he hasn't. Spot on braking there from him. With Big GM dropping down into PA, because it could just give Farscope the opportunity, because he's on brand new soft, so he needs to try and clear these guys as soon as possible. As I say that, goes up the inside, bit of contact there, forces Big G wide, gets that move done no matter what. So as Massey sets the fastest lap now, so that's an extra point for him. There's now a Fin2 Racing's pitted, and you can just see it, he's lost a good few seconds actually, we'll find out. Gap to leader, he's lost 10 seconds to Massey. So he went from about 1 second to 10 seconds, so that's a big. So unfortunately that overcut hasn't worked for him, and he's had to stay out, and he hasn't made it work. But the Alfa Romeo team now side by side, so maybe a bit of team orders going in here, I'm not sure. Both on medium compound tyres. Apex should be the quick one with these fresher compounded tyres on. As that's a yellow flag in sector 3, and I would have thought that was Shadow Wolf. Yes, it is. So unfortunately he's come out, well, he's gone 10-lap-old soft, so he's been on them since the start, and you want to get rid of them, mate, because it looks like you're paying for your shoes, so you're going to want to hit now. But unfortunate there from him, losing the front wing there, so that's going to be even longer in the pits, and may even retire because of it. Being so far back off the grid with those old softs. Looking a bit further up the grid now, we've got Ben and Teratawi that are fighting, and Teratawi decided to go on another set of softs, so they're 4-lap old now. And sorry, Massey actually did, he went on the softs as well, and Fin2 Racing went on the mediums, so I didn't actually notice that till now. So that is, I don't know, I did do the 2-stop yesterday. I did soft, medium, soft. But I didn't think it was any quicker. So it'd be interesting to see. Massey looks like he's got really good pace round here, and it'll be interesting to see where Fin2 Racing comes out in this, because it's about 20-21 seconds in a pit stop round here. So Massey's got his work cut out to try and pull that off of Fin2 Racing, to try and get a pit stop ahead maybe, or just come out right behind him. But looking a bit further down the grid, Farscope's got past Dame Zero. I just missed that, unfortunately. But they got that move done. He's got that move done. I think it was kind of a critical move for him because he's on those fresh soft compound tyres. He needs to try and pull away now from Dame, not get held up in any fights, and get the move done nicely without being held up by the race. Because if you get held up round here, it can affect your lap time quite a lot. Sorry, I was just taking a drink there. So the only people that haven't really got time penalties is actually Finchu Racing, Zach is Beast, and Big G. Those guys haven't got time penalties. But if we have a little switcheroo over to the not that one, we'll find it eventually. Penalties, there we go. So Massey's got 3 seconds. So that could actually play out if those if Massey and Finchu are close together at the start at the end of this race. Toyota 3 seconds, 6 seconds for Ben, 3 seconds for Apex, 3 seconds for 6 for Scope, 3 for Dame, Big G obviously none, Redmond got 12 seconds, so he's wrapped up the penalties this race. As we just clicked over to halfway through the race. 9 seconds, 9 seconds, 6 seconds, 9 seconds, 12 seconds, 3 seconds, and 6 seconds as that's Shadow Wolf off again. So that's a big shame for him now. Turn 2 on those hard compound tyres. Where are we? There we are. So, wrong thing. Got rid of those tyres and he's just spun again. So I'm going to click off him. Save that one from him having to watch that one back. So, unfortunate there from Farscope. But Massey got a nice lead now. He's pulled 7 seconds to Fin 2. But Fin 2's managed to keep... Last time I checked he was around 8 seconds. So he's gained a couple of he's gained a second somewhere, and he looks like he's got a really good place on these mediums. So maybe with Massey having a pit again, actually, hang on, I've said that wrong. He's got a 12 seconds, so he's actually lost some time. Sorry, is that actually I won't look. That's Shadow Wolf off again, unfortunately. But he's on 12 seconds, so he is still within a pit window. So if Massey pits, he will come out behind Fin 2. But Massey will have to go into the mediums because he's done soft, I believe. So if Fin 2 wants to pit around the same time as Massey and go on so soft, he may have a fighting chance of maybe getting a win here. But Toyotawi is not someone out of the question. He's doing really good for himself. Only 4 seconds behind, 5 seconds now, behind Massey. We'll actually have a look, see if we can find out where he's came from. He's actually gained 2 positions, so he started P4, so really good work there. But Ben gained 12 positions in this race, moving him up into the points, and just behind Toyotawi actually. Fincher Racing unfortunately losing 3 positions, so he started on pole. Zakis B stayed where he is. Apex gained 5, so good work there from those drivers, and the rest of the drivers have unfortunately lost some. And the only person yet to stop actually is Ben. He seems to actually really be in his own element here, minding his own race, because he hasn't got to worry about... If I can find the tyres, there we go. He hasn't got to worry about the cars behind, because there's a fair gap to him. That's yellow flag sector 3, and I think that is Shadow Wolf retiring. Yes, it is. So he's retired into the pits. So, bit of a shame there from him. Didn't have the best race start from what I saw. So, when you fall back so much, there's not much else you can do. So, just having to retire, save yourself, and hopefully he can work himself back up the grid for next race at Mexico. It is actually. There's actually Massey and Toyotawi and Ben have actually pitted. So it's actually, I find it interesting to see where Ben comes out. He's gone on to soft compound tyres now, so he's thinking these can last to the end of the race. So he's going to come out in P7, P6. Sorry, actually. They're fighting with McLaren now. These guys are going to be side by side. Oh, this is 3 wide out of nowhere. And those guys, Who was that? That was Apex, Ben, and Scope going all 3 wide there. As Ben comes out of the pit, so really good job there from him. Unfortunately, losing position to Scope, but he should be able to catch that one up rather quickly with his fresh softs on. But Massey now P6. P6. P1. He's led majority of laps this race as Ben actually gets that position done, but these two will be fighting now side by side down the straight. Farscope using his DRS, but he ain't got much of it compared to Ben. He's got quite a lot of it, but he's using his DRS to just keep in front of him. And weaving a bit there was Ben that's in the braking zone, so I don't really know what's going to happen there because that's a bit naughty from him. But a lot of drivers now keeping it nice and clean. But that was a bit dodgy there from Ben, weaving into the braking zone. I think that might be something to add a look at. But Apex now, is this Dame Zero going to go look around the outside? Has Apex noticed he's there? Yes, he has. He has noticed he's there. And can Dame look around the outside? A lot of guys are coming into the pits now. That's Farscope and Apex. Both sides coming to the pit. That's moving Dame Zero up to P6. So he's really going to charge now in this race. Looking a bit further down the grid. Grids have really spaced out. The closest we have got is a Ben on the back of Teratawi, which was for P2. But sorry, Massey is actually pitted. I didn't notice that, unfortunately. So that puts Fin2 Racing up into P1. But there's not much of a difference with the tyres, because obviously ERN Massey was forced to go onto the mediums because he's used 2 sets of softs. When Massey done soft medium, so he's gained in that pit stop overall actually. So we thought, I thought he was losing out, but he hasn't actually. He's gained on him by 5 seconds. So in the long run, it has worked for him. So GG there to him. He's played it well. He's played his cards well. It has worked. But ERN Recall was basically dead last at the beginning of this race. Moved himself up into the points of P9. So great work there from him. And Teratawi fighting with Ben now. I think Ben actually overtook him. Yeah, he has. Has overtaken him for P2 originally. So that's going to give Ben now the fight now to go on to Zaki's Beast. It's only 4 seconds up the road as he sets the fastest lap of 1:33.2, so that's really good work there from him. He's pushing hard now. That's what he needs to do, but he needs to make sure he doesn't overheat his tyres, because that's a big thing around here. You can overheat those front of your tyres and you just lose grip. Sorry, that's my voice going again. Just trying to take some water on. But Ben, yeah, he's definitely got the fight in him. But coming out of this sector 3, especially coming down here, I always found my tyres run about 102, 105 degrees coming down to this corner. And luckily, you got this long straight to cool them down. But they were really overheated. And I find sector 3s are one for your rear tyres as well. So you ain't got to really worry about tyre warming on this map. But get him. Get it right, track. But now that's Ben going around the outside, gets that move done before the corner. Really nice work there from him. Looking a bit further down the grid, Big G catching up on the back of Dame Zero now. He's actually got 9 lap old tyres and Dame's only got 7. So 2 laps difference. But he's just got that DRS and he's managed to keep in it, so he should be towing along quite nicely by Dame there. But we've got a bit of battling going on back here, as that's Apex getting past Farscope, I believe that was, to go up into P12. So fighters at the back of the grid as well. But Fin2 Racing, we've also got to remember, hasn't got penalty, but ERN Massey has. So if we go and have a look again over to penalties, yeah, Massey got 3 seconds, and Fin2 Racing's got none. Oh, as I say, that he gets a 3 second, he picks up a 3 second time penalty. So those two are going to be fighting now. He's going to have to fight for it on the track to get that win if Massey wants it. But Ben's unfortunately picked up a 12-second time penalty, so he's going to lose a lot of time with Zaki's Beast behind with no penalty. Towie behind that might jump him if he can keep within a good gap. Maybe Dame 0, but we'll have to see about that towards the end of the race. We are going on to lap 19. So almost, we've got about, oh god, we've got 9 laps left to go. As GR8 comes into the pits, unfortunately he's down in P16 after, well, I'm not really sure what happened. They were in a good position over the points, and I think the strategy might have gone a bit wrong for those two. Don't quote me on that, I'm not 100% sure. But Ben really on the charge now, looking on his back as ERN Massey has crawled up into getting that P2 position. Oh god. Getting into the 3-second gap, so he's really on a charge now. So maybe mediums for Fintur cutting off a little bit there. But I did see an overtake down here somewhere. I think that was the Williams and of Kylie Boy and Apex fighting there. Not really sure, but the McLaren and Farscope's actually getting really close to the back of him. And you can see the points in front of him, so he's going to be wanting that. And who's that into the pits? That is Big G that's gone into the pit, so he's not fighting with Dame anymore. So he's got those 11 lap old mediums. So that's giving Dame no pressure from behind now, so he can kind of sit here, run his own race. And he's promoted Recall into P8. So let's see where he come out. He's just finished his pit stop now. He's gone to the soft. He's going to come out. Maybe no, he won't come out behind his teammate. But oh, hello. Oh, go back. There we go. The McLaren and the Williams fighting now. These two fighting for position. Williams and Kylie Boy got 8 lap old mediums, but Farscope got 2 lap old mediums. So a bit of a tyre difference here from these guys. As you can see there was plus with the dirty, yeah, that won't help at all from this driver. These drivers is not sure what happened to Mark there. I think he might have come into the pits. But where are we looking? Here we are. Apex now on the back of Recall on these fresh softs. Yeah, only 2 lap old. He's going to make easy work of this one. Coming now down into the end of sector 2. He's going to get moved on before the corner. So now, close gap we currently got is Towers. Just about to say under a second, yes, as he goes back into that. So he got really good pace here. We've seen from a lot of the drivers. So really consistent. So it's been really interesting to see these drivers improve through the season. From when I first started commentating Division 3 and back in Bahrain, how long ago that seems. And it was really nice. It's really nice to see how these drivers have improved as drivers, how the driving styles have all come together, and they've all really improved, I'd say. So it's a really good job here from Division 3, and hopefully we'll see some more next year. Some good action, well, not next year, but we'll see some good action here for the next season of ERN that's coming soon. So I can't wait for that one. But just looking through the grid, everyone was no little of a second except for Towie. He's getting onto the back of Zaki's Beast. But what's the penalty situation for them? Zaki's Beast hasn't got any penalties, but Towie does. So maybe Towie might not get this one done as he's got no ERS either. So he's going to have a bit of a struggle to pull away from Zaki's Beast and get out of that penalties, because I think he's got 3 seconds red and just picks up another 3 second time penalties. We was talking about him down in P13. Sorry about that. But yeah, these are the only 2 drivers that are really close, so hopefully we'll see a bit of a battle there. But actually, Stocky, he's gone 4 tenths behind the car behind. Who's that? Apex. So he's really looking now as Apex just locks up a little bit into that corner. Just locking up a little bit into that corner there, and keeping it nice, and cleaning out those last couple of corners though. Managing to lose the back of Stocky actually dropping down from 5 tenths there. So a bit of a shame that I didn't see the actual what happens. I was taking a drink. There's Apex maybe under a lot of pressure here from Stocky behind, as we see Big G and Kylie Boy. Finally a bit of action as Big G goes around the outside, up the inside of Kylie Boy, and Kylie Boy can't really do anything about that as Big G's on those new softs, and he's on 10-lap-old mediums. But looking a bit further back up to the grid, we're having another look at Turtow. He's 6/10 to the car in front, now 4/10, so he might just be struggling in this dirty air on these tyres. But he's going to be looking for... Oh, is he getting right up to the back of him now? So we could possibly see an overtake very soon. So watching them now, needs to get a good exit off of here. Yes, he does get a good exit. Coming now onto this long right-hander. It's quite difficult in dirty air, but he's managing to keep him on the line there. Coming now out of the penultimate corner, just gets a bit over the track there. As we see Big G and Farscope, they go finally go. Hey, oh, is this contact there between two drivers? Is that Farscope with a damaged front left end plate? Yeah, it is. He's gone. He's going to look up the inside. Not really, a bit of an anger move there. Well, not an anger move, but a move of frustration there. And Farscope's unfortunately got a damaged front wing. So is he going to pit for it so late in this race with 5 laps left to go? But coming on now, Turtow is still only 6/10. I'm struggling to find the gap there. But Ben just pulling it in with about 1 second that he needs to get to Massey, and Massey's actually 1.3 seconds off, so maybe he can catch Fintu racing at the end of this race. Just have another look at the penalty situation. Yeah, so Ben is got 15 seconds, so if he overtakes these two, he needs to try and pull 15 seconds. With how many laps left is a bit unlikely, sorry to say. But Turtow and Zach is beast. They're finally going at it. These two drives, so that's Turtow going a long way around the outside. Keeping that move stick, but a bit losing it a little bit under the traction. But will Zach is beast sending up the inside? Yes, I will. Big contact, and that's Zach is beast round. Well, but he managed to keep it. Fair play to him. And can he hold it around the outside? No, he isn't. He's got to lose that position. Hopefully, fight for another one. So unfortunate there. Zach Beast got really lucky there not to spin. But not too many positions going on except for the top 3 really that are really close together. And Massey is almost within a second of Fincher Racing. Fincher Racing has driven a good race. So is Massey. Really good race from these two drivers. As Ben picks up another time penalty that clicks him over to 18 seconds. So now, can he get into this 1 second? Yes, he is. He's in that 1 second gap. That's what he needed. So he can defend from Ben as well, and he can also get on the back of Fintu Racing. So we'll have to watch this, keep on board with this guys now. Really hot brakes that you get around this track. But he's using both of his overtake now. Could it be a little bit too early, too soon? But no, they've got around similar ERS deployment, so it's going to be even Stevens for this battle. But is Massey going to look up the inside? Yes, he does, but he thinks better of it. Doesn't go for the dive bomb. I'd say that's a good decision from him. Just wait his time. He's got 4 laps left this race. It's not like it's the end of the world. So he needs to just bide his time, make sure he doesn't do anything stupid, and hopefully he can get this as a yellow flag is sector 2. And that's, who's that? That's Dame Zero Round, I think. Yeah, it is. That's Dame Zero Round down in P10. And he's trying to get back on the go with Kylie Boy now. He's going to see this, but using his overtake to try and catch up to Dame. His Dame's tyres are now on 13 lap old. Fortunately, we can't see percentages, so it's a bit of a shame. But anyway, Massey now only 3/10 behind Fintu Racing. So this is for the race lead. So if you're just tuning in, you're going to be want to watch this. My voice is starting to go the worst time. Fintu Racing now. Fintu Racing. He's going to have to just try and use his advantage through these this S's and sector 3 to just try and pull away from Massey a little bit, so we can't catch up onto him on the straights, because that's the only place Massey's really got the opportunity to overtake at this point. Maybe in sector 3, because that's an okay spot for overtaking. It is quite a large track. But Ben behind him now, he's going to be really pushing, try and keep this one in front. But Massey now using his overtake, so will Fintu, I believe, yep. So both got about the same ERS. So now Massey coming up the inside. He's going to move up the inside. Can he get this move done? These two are going to be fighting side by side through the corner. Fintu Racing around the outside. Can he hold this? Gets the inside line for the next corner. holds it nicely. Massey going to try and get a switch back. No, he can't. But he's got really good exit out there. Is he going to look up the inside now? Oh, he's actually going to look around the outside. Maybe do a switch back mid-corner. But unfortunately, couldn't get that one done. So he's going to have to try and just sit behind him and get him for another lap. Or maybe try and get him up into turn 1. The problem with getting him up into turn 1 is you give him DRS down into sector 2. And he's got the opportunity to overtake you. As this is actually giving Ben the opportunity to catch up for P3. Unfortunately, he's not really fighting for position with the amount of penalties he's got. But nevertheless, he wants them in with this top 3 battle. It would be really good for him if he gets P1 or P2, because it'll be a good morale boost. But might unfortunately not be enough for to get Tawi out of his tail. I think Tawi will actually jump up into P3. But anyway, Fin2 Racing is struggling now. Maybe a little bit on his 13 lap old tyres with them mashing these 8 lap old tyres. Softs maybe for Ben cutting off a little bit. But now, that's Massey with a 3-second time penalty. Oh, we've got to go to penalties now. That's the lead, that's the intervals, got tyres, penalties. That's Massey getting a 3-second time penalty. So if he overtakes Fin2, he's got to pull 3 seconds. That's highly unlikely. So he's got to settle for P2. And that basically gives Massey the win, unless he has an accident. So that's unfortunate there for him, but Massey looking left, right and centre. There's a bit of a dummy there, but he's still wanting to get this done on track. These two have been a bit argy-bargy now. Massey got the inside line this time. Fin2 Racing's got to do a bit of a switch back, but can he get that done really nicely? Yes, he does. That's really beautiful there from him. But he's not going to be able to hold it, so you have to do the switch back again on him. He's still going to be side by side through the corner, but he goes a bit too deep. That pushes Massey wide. And that, whose front wing's that? I think that's the Merc of Ben. He's lost his front left end plate. It gives Massey the opportunity to go up round the inside of that sector 3 right-hander. Unfortunately, I don't know the corner number, but is that Ben into the pitch? Yes, it is. That's big unfortunate there. I think if I was him, I wouldn't have pitted then, because such late on in this race, we've only got 2 laps left to go, and he may have had an opportunity to score P4 or P5 there. But Massey really wanting this win. On track as he hits the back of Fin2 Racing. Oh, I don't think there's any damage there. No, there isn't. So he just pushed him out, gives him a little love touch there. And not keeping them, no damage from those drivers, luckily. But I think Massey just needs to sit here now, and he knows he's. I don't think he will. Actually, yes, he does. He does know the penalty situation between these 2 drivers, as it does come up now after Codemaster's update. But apart from that, they won't know anything else except for tyre wear and penalties. And I think he just needs to sit there now and think, right, I've got another 3-second time penalty on top of Massey. So, sorry, Fin2. So he doesn't really need to be fighting for this. He's got P2 now, but he's still going to look for it anyway, going up the inside this time. Can he get this move done? Yes, he can. And Fin2 Racing, a bit unfortunately, maybe running out of rubber on those medium compound tyres. But he'll look for the switchback now. Unfortunately, they're killing my voice by doing this, but it's very entertaining. Just can't get that move done. He's looking for a little bit of a switch back. Maybe Massey might make a mistake. No, he doesn't. So Fin2 Racing, unfortunately, losing the lead of this race. But Massey needs to try and pull 3 seconds on Fin2 Racing in 1 lap. So it's got to be 1 stellar lap from Massey if he wants to win this race. Unless Fin2 picks up another 3-second time penalty, bumps that up to 6, and then it'll be even Stevens for these guys, and they won't be able to do anything about it. But now, going on to the final lap of this race, we've got Massey, Fin2, Tawi, your top 3 so far. But these guys really fighting it now. Massey currently in the lead, but he's got a 6-second time penalty with Fin2 Racing with a 3-second time penalty. So it's going to be really difficult for these guys. So Fin2 Racing needs to pick up another 3-second. That he doesn't do, so he just needs to try and keep this clean now, staying within a 3-second gap, and he's going to win this race. So you can see he's actually taking it much easier because how much he's dropped off now. So he didn't want to get any time penalties through there. So coming now, these two have both got the same ERS. Yep, Massey just defending that a little bit by using it out the corner. So does Fin2 Racing. So really good work there from those guys. But going now down the back straight, can they get this move done? They ran out of ERS boat. Fin2 has. So Massey will win the race on track, but he won't win it overall. So unless something unfortunate happens, as Fin2 Racing just drops back 1.5 there, Obviously he's taking it nice and easy now, not wanting to crash out. Just yeah, playing that really easy. As his fuel is in the run, I wouldn't have thought he's run out. No, he hasn't. It says the yellow flag in sector 3, and that's for Apex. But Massey will come across the line to win here at the US. But Fintu Racing will nick it off him. And he take P1 here at the US Grand Prix. So great work there from Fintu Racing. Next will be Teo Taui. And a 9-second time penalty. So will he get done by Zaki's Beast? I think he might. Zaki's Beast doesn't have any time penalties. So he's going to score now. Take P3. So great work there from Zaki's Beast. Does Teo maybe lose another position? No, he doesn't. That's Ben into P6 as Apex jumps him. Big G now coming across the line for P7. That he should be able to hold on to. Let's just have a quick look over the penalties. Yeah, he will hold on to that. Stocky has a 12-second time penalty. So great work there from those guys. Now Stocky comes across the line. Will Rico get this one? No, he doesn't. He almost loses it across the line, or maybe a bit of a weave. As these two drivers are actually fighting. Kylie Boy gets into the final corner. And nicks P10 off of Redmond. Will this stay as it is? Yes, it is. So Kylie Boy nicking that last point on the last lap. Didn't notice that. Sorry. But Dames Era now coming across for P12. So some highs and lows in this race from the drivers. Some really good racing. Fast Scope hits the wall coming across the line. Arc now, next person to cross the line. So he comes up, wraps up, and he actually gets Fast Scope for P13. So as Fast Scope's actually crashed out as, oh god, Apex crashes into the back of him, and GR8's going to be last across the line. So that wraps up ERN European Race Night Division 3 Round 19 here at the USA Circuit of Americas. Good time as well. I just ran out of water to soothe my throat. But great race from these guys. Fintu Racing taking that win. Massey winning actually on track, but unfortunately just had too many time penalties. Fintu Racing got him, but well-deserved win overall. It's really good work from these guys. And I would say I've got to give driver a day to Fintu Racing, because I didn't have high hopes from him at the start of this race, even though he got pole. The strategy looked a bit dodgy, but he made it work in the end, so you have my respect, sir. And you get my driver of the day. That seems to be more important than getting fastest lap for these drivers in the ERN. But unfortunately, that's all we've got time for. I'll just do a quick race rundown. We've got Fintu Racing taking P1 with ERN Massey, Zaki's Beast, Teo Taui and Apex rounding up your top 5 with Big G, Ben, Stocky, Recall and Kylie Boy rounding up that top 10 with Redmond, Dame Zero, Arc, GR8, Scope, Apex and Shadow Wolf wrapping up the rest of the grid. So thank you very much. I'm not going to do an interview tonight because my voice is a bit gone for it, and I don't have my beloved Ramos here to help me with the interviews. But hopefully we'll try and get it sorted for next week, where we'll be in Mexico, I believe. But I'm not sure actually what the standings are, but we'll find out next week, and hope to see you then. Good night.